Last call.
Last call. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is
Friday night happy hour.
That's right. That's
Friday
right.
night happy hour.
Well, I'm happy. It was such a beautiful day today.
It was.
A real beautiful day.
We're gonna have a hurricane in an hour, but
That's what they say.
Yeah, is the tornado really
Tornado
coming?
warning
If there is,
2
you
hours.
guys, stay safe.
Yeah.
Don't turn us off, all right? Just keep watching us, but stay safe.
Right. Assuming you have cable.
Prime time on NBC right now.
We should drink some beer.
We should. So every day, you know, we're starting with a beer. Today we're going to go with a beer that we had mentioned yesterday. We didn't get to sample it. We can talk more about it today. It is Burlington Beer Company, Petal Prophecy. And Petal Prophecy is they identify it as a honey IPA. It is 6% American IPA, basically.
All right.
And it's on line number 6. Right here.
Thank you. I counted once.
I didn't know if you were counting 6 backwards or not.
All right. It looks like honey. It's got the honey color.
Yes. So if you want to bring that up to the camera, Sean, let them get a good look at this color, because
Color of it? Yeah.
that is the color of an IPA.
very classic.
That's what you want
Easy IPA.
Oh, it's really hazy.
for a nice hazy fruity IPA. So
It kind
cheers.
of has the similar.
I hope you're all drinking with us.
I think it has a similar. We drank one the other night. Was it the Equilibrium?
Yeah.
That had
So
the similar look.
Equilibrium had the same look, but this guy right here, there's no bitter at all.
No, it's good.
Super sweet,
Cheers.
delicious IPA. Now, Burlington is known for craft beer,
Yep.
but Burlington Beer Company, which is also located in Burlington, is known for their beer. They are a great brewery,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And this
That's
has,
a nice beer.
Yeah. It's very
yeah.
good.
So if you like that, if you want an easy IPA, something that's sweet, one that you could drink, that's New England style or the newer style IPAs, this is the guy you want. It's
Yeah, it's very
fruity,
good.
hazy. It checks all the boxes. And it's just like a hint of bitter to remind you that you're drinking a beer.
Yep. But a little bit of hops at the end.
Have you guys been there?
I have not been to this brewery. I've been to Burlington,
No,
the
I've been
city,
to Burlington. I haven't been to there.
Do you know anything about the brewery at all?
so I don't. Do you?
No,
Oh.
nothing at all. I see BBC, and my mind
BBCO.
goes to
British Beer
Berkshire
Company. Oh, Berkshire.
Brewing Company, who were like some of the early
Steel
Rail and those guys out in Western Mass.
Yep.
That guy's been doing it forever. And then I think of the restaurant company,
And
British Beer Company,
yeah.
but that's not what this is.
This is not what this is. This is Burlington Beer Company. So they're actually, it's BBCO. It's like their logo. I just know they make good beer.
Yeah.
And that anytime I can get good beer on, I'm getting it. So when they pop up on the list, I get it.
All right.
I think it would go really
enjoy,
good with
Ken. I hope you loved it, man. He
food. Is that Ken?
Yeah, he said he's not sure if he can quite make it to the end of the show because he is trying to finish his lobster rolls and beef chili.
Awesome.
I hope you enjoyed it,
Our
man.
friend Ken brought me a really cool gift today, actually. He brought me this growler.
What's the story of that?
Well, apparently he had this growler when he was living in... Ken, please remind me, but I think
Germany?
he said Munich. He was in Munich, and this was... they kept this on... they kept it for him, like, in the restaurant. I think they had, like, sounds like similar to, like, a mug club, and you go in and get your growler. And that was there. And then he actually had it shipped back to the States when he came here, as far as I can tell. And today, when he came to pick up his food, he gave it to me. And it's just so cool. This thing has got...
It's cool.
It's just like everything, I love these. This reminds me of...
That is a way cooler looking growler than what we have.
right? The Grolsch bottles came for a while.
Yes.
You'd get to be able to get them with these little caps on them. I always loved those. And
That's
so
awesome.
thank you, Ken. I'm going to definitely treasure this. This is really, really super cool. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ken. That is super nice. So every day we try to do beer and food, obviously. Today we went with an old classic, something that's been on the menu for a long time that people just seem to love. It's always in the top of our sales for sandwiches. It's the Meatball sub.
Yep.
We put a picture of this baby on Facebook and got a lot of reaction to it too, because everybody just loves something that's reminds them of home, like something warm,
Homemade
hearty
meatballs.
sauce.
Well, yeah, that's the thing I love about it. Those are
We make
meatballs.
our
They're making them here. They're all beef.
Yep.
And There's
Fresh, never frozen.
the homemade. We do our slow roasted sauce. We have our own sauce recipe here, obviously.
For the marinara.
It's a slow roasted marinara, Parmesan cheese, right, and a lot of mozzarella as well, right?
Yep.
Or is that provolone on
We
that?
use provolone. We put
Provolone.
provolone on it. Yeah.
Yeah, provolone.
And,
Sorry.
no, it's okay. And the crispy roll, it's just awesome.
It's delicious.
Right.
It really is one of my favorite things on this menu. So we figured we give you that. Wait,
I'm
right there?
I'm good. You eat.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, we had some pizza earlier.
So I'm gonna take a big bite.
yeah, I'm just
Don't
very,
mind me,
very,
everybody.
very full of pizza.
This thing could make a mess. Here we go.
But I do eat them all the time. I eat our meatballs a lot.
You are a fan,
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah, I eat a lot of meatballs.
I think a homemade meatball is just something
Yeah.
special about it.
This is it is a perfect. Can you grab me?
Nothing.
Thank you. A perfect sandwich. It has a perfect meatball. The bite, the bread has great texture. The fries are on point. This is awesome.
All right.
Sorry.
Awesome. No, that's exactly the idea. That's what they're designed to do, man. And the nice thing, some of this, when we realized that we had to move to doing all takeout food, we really tried to focus on the items that we thought would translate best, that we could, make it for a few extra minutes in the bag and make it home. And a nice meatball just always holds up. When I used to play at Vincent's in Worcester, they have they're famous for their meatball sub. That's their thing. And my oldest son Jack loves them. So every time I play, they're like, "You want any food?" I'm like, "Yeah, give me a meatball sub to bring home." And he would bring it home, and then the next day bring it to school. So and it would translate, no problem, carries through to the next day, and so it's definitely a good takeout food for sure.
Perfect. Ken just actually said more to the story. His German friends would drink what they call sissy beer, and they never told me it would be on my ass. And their beer was mixed with something like Sprite. I laugh every single time he has a beer.
Beer and Sprite.
Yeah.
I think there's a name for that.
Well, if you put juice in it of any sort, it's
Shandy?
shandy.
Yeah.
And what's a Radler then? Is that like orange?
I think Radler is the soda.
Same
one.
thing?
No, yeah, Radler is soda.
We had a Radler on,
Yeah.
not on drafts one time, in cans, but
Yep.
it didn't really translate over here. A lot of Radler fans.
I know certain Leinenkugel. What's that?
Leinenkugel.
Leinenkugel has
Yeah.
one that they sell a lot of.
Yeah, the summer shandy.
Summer
Yeah.
Shandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm bartending tonight.
You are.
Friday is happy hour. So happy hour, we can always make a drink of choice. I haven't picked a drink in a while. And I basically went for what I saw today on our Facebook page, which was the Raspberry Frank 75.
Right, which sounds exactly like something you would drink all the time.
Exactly. And I would never...
Would you like today, sir? I'll take the raspberry French. What is it?
75.
Why?
I don't know what a Frank 75 is. I'm assuming
We've
the
actually had a
raspberry
French
one.
75 on our menu since we opened.
I know, I kid.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is I would never order this ever, and not that. That's just my
Just
own,
not your
my own
drink, yeah,
personal thing.
yeah.
We sold tons
sell a lot of
tons
these.
of those, tons of prosecco.
now I wanna try
tons
it.
of gin. So I want to open up my palate. I want to expand my horizons a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to try something new. We tried Negronis the other day. Tried an old fashioned for the first time, so I'm going to try this for the first time.
French
So
75.
raspberry French 75. So
I feel like we
super-
should have done a little background to figure out why he's called that.
super easy to make.
We we tend to feature a drink on our social media Fridays. It just so happens we also now do this and call it Happy Hour Friday. So this was the one that we posted earlier.
So this is super easy to make. The Raspberry French 75 has an ounce of gin and a half ounce of razzmatazz.
Raspberry.
You shake it,
You gotta say that with jazz hands, I think. Raspberry.
shake it, and strain it into the flute, and then top with prosecco. So I'm going to try to cheat a little bit and do it as quickly as possible. So I'm going to do 2 ounces here. My math is correct to make 3. We'll do 1 ounce more.
Wow. Steady hands, man. You ever think about being a surgeon?
Never. I know, man. I'm sorry. And then we need 1.5 ounces of
put that back for
razzmatazz.
you.
Oops. Thanks. This is why they don't want me on the bar.
Razzmatazz. And that's a raspberry liqueur, obviously, right?
Yes.
Can I see the bottle?
Sure. And we just use our house gin, New Amsterdam. They make a hell of a gin.
By the way, if anybody's keeping track, this is number 74.
That's right. For
For
beer roulette.
Yeah, for bar roulette.
Bar roulette.
Bar roulette.
You could make a million things with this.
Well, we're making one of them, so maybe
Yep.
that's fun.
You know, sometimes they give you like what they think you should make, but this one doesn't have a.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of those bottles will have a recipe on them. Like
Yeah.
the Midori has no question, has a melon ball on it.
Yeah,
We can
Midori
always-
sour or whatever. Awesome. We have so many hand sinks on this bar. I love it.
I know. Clean hands everywhere.
I love that. Look at the color.
All right.
So you just pour a little bit into the
And then you finish it with
into the flute.
We're going to finish it with Prosecco right now.
All right. This feels very fancy. I feel French and 45. I'm actually American and oh, dude.
Oh, see? I don't know how to pour Prosecco.
I would wait a minute. Well, not quite like that.
And see, that's beautiful, though.
But there, stop. Perfect, and then you top it off again after.
Good move.
That's there you go. Perfect.
All right.
Don't talk. Don't go away. I want that.
When you bring this to the table, this one person goes, "Oh, he likes me." This person, he doesn't like me. Why did I get a different drink?
I'm just being a little lazy.
That's perfect. French
right.
45.
No, 75.
French 75.
Raspberry. French
Raspberry
75.
French 75. It sounds like the James Bond movie they never made.
Smells good.
All right, look at it. It's pretty.
Yeah. And we would maybe garnish this if it was if we were actually open. This might have like a piece of fruit on it or something.
Yeah, this was something that we had to do. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
French 75. Does anybody have any idea why it's called 75?
Well, I didn't mix the Prosecco, Brian. I topped it with Prosecco. So
Yeah, we didn't shake the Prosecco.
I only shook the gin and the razzmatazz.
That's
Yeah.
super easy to drink.
That is
Yeah.
That's
very
like
easy to
candy in a
drink.
glass.
Yeah, absolutely. I could do that in a shot. That
That's
actually
a-
would be a good shot.
Yeah.
It's a good brunch drink, I would think. Nice and sweet and smooth and easy.
So you could get this when we open back up.
Yeah.
This is on the menu.
It seems like something like I would want to be sitting on like a deck somewhere outside under like a nice shaded, you know, maybe I'm like under a nice umbrella or like a tree in a little courtyard
Absolutely.
listening to like somebody playing a little violin or something and
Definitely.
drinking my French 75 with my pinky out.
Definitely a summery drink. Like a great summer drink.
But it makes me think, like, today made me think about how much I love eating outside.
Yep.
Like, I love and drinking outside. I love, like, outdoor venues. And I was trying to think, like, what's the favorite place that I've ever, my most favorite outdoor dining place? And and a couple came to mind. Like, for me, anytime I can see the beach or the ocean from where I'm eating or drinking.
Yes.
It's a win. I don't care what it is. It could be the most diviest of dive bars. And if I can see the ocean, I'm like winning. So that's like, I think Key West, like if I'm down in Key West, like Mallory Square area, you know, drinking one of those frozen drinks and watching the sunset and the thing, I love it. But my most favorite place ever was this place I found in New Orleans, which was this little courtyard. In between all these buildings, you kind of like walk down this little alley. It doesn't look like you're going anywhere. Then all of a sudden you show up in this beautiful outdoor courtyard where all these really cool little tables, everything's kind of quaint and beautiful. And New Orleans is famous for the courtyards. There's the 4 buildings, and then you find the nice little nestled spot behind it. And there's this beautiful, and I wish I could remember the name of it, but there's a place right in Westboro or Northborough that has that feel. I've told you guys about the place.
It's right on Route 20, right?
Yeah,
The corner of 20 and... I know what you're talking
The
about.
name will come to me before the show's over, but
But what makes that your favorite?
there's just something about the atmosphere and being something about being outside and eating. It just for me just brings me to a really cool spot. I love our parents were big with backyard. In the summer we would just go out and throw everything on the picnic table out back and eat dinner in the backyard. I think it's just
We ate
always
that
sort
out.
of,
Yeah, we ate that out a lot.
I think I've always just kind of I've loved that.
Yep.
And I'm excited because I feel like that might be the first thing we get to do as we reopen
Yes.
here. I think we're going to get creative with finding new ways.
Outdoor options, yeah.
We've been talking about it a little bit, but I think that's going to...
Gary said the name of the place you were thinking, C'est La Vie.
C'est la vie, exactly. Super cool. If you
Thank
go
you,
out on
Gary.
the back deck, and they've got, there's cool little art. They got an artist that made some cool thing out of metal and some stuff hanging, and just super, super cool.
Yeah.
How about you? Outdoor dining, where's your favorite?
I mean, just recently we took the kids to Greece the past couple of years, and we had a lot of really wonderful meals. And I would say, just like you said, we were at the beach for 2 of the weeks we were there almost. Or I'm sorry, for about a week at one of the beaches. And Uranopoli is the name of the town.
Say that again?
Uranopoli.
Ah,
You can look
yes.
it up, but it's one of the 3 fingers of Halkidiki, which is a vacation area for northern Greece. Beautiful beaches, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of beaches, 3 long peninsulas, and each one of them has kind of its own reputation. One of them is more kids, one of them more families, and
that's
but
fun.
all awesome, huge place. And
It's all
we,
Greek to me.
yeah, and in Uranopoli,
I wonder how that joke would do at a wedding.
there's probably 50 restaurants on the water. So everywhere you sit, you're looking at the beach or the water or overlooking
awesome.
boats. And it was great weather. It was hot, and the dinners are leisurely. You sit down, you order, you eat for a long time.
Yep.
Little bits of food, a lot, over and
Right.
over again. So just one course after another.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, and after a long day of just walking around and being on the beach, and you just hang out, and the weather's nice, and it's also one of the things I think Europeans do better than we do a lot of times is enjoy their meals.
Right.
We tend to be very quick in America. They make a day of it.
Right.
It. So those are probably my recent ones.
That sounds awesome. How about you?
I have a couple, very much, in Syria they have a lot of French influence because the French took over the country back in the 1920s or 30s, around that time. And they always kind of left their mark there in Lebanon. And there is, in the old city of in Damascus, there's this, you walk down, there's cobblestones, it's super old neighborhood, probably 2,000, 3,000 years old, whatever. And you
Which
walk
is so
in.
crazy to think about, right?
Oh, it's crazy.
We think about old around here, and it's like, oh, it's
Couple
200
hundred years
years
old,
if
yeah.
you're lucky.
And it's
3,000 years
people
old.
have been inhabiting this area. It was the part of town, now it's the old town, whatever. And they had this restaurant. And you walk in, you're outside, you walk indoors, and then all of a sudden a courtyard opens up in front of you. And it's just gardens, and it was awesome. It was the coolest spot. You felt like you were, you could have been anywhere. You know what I mean? I thought I could be anywhere in Europe, somewhere fun, and you're in freaking Syria. So that was a great spot. I would say probably if I had to come this side of the what is the equator going?
Ocean.
Or prime meridian, whatever.
Primary.
Here.
I would.
I thought you told us yesterday you were good with geography.
I was good at a lot of things.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, honestly, in Boston, there's been a few spots. They have this bar that's right by the Omni that we had talked about. Overlooks the harbor. It's just a cool spot to hang out and have a drink, and you see people
I'll take a
on their
roof
boats.
deck too, anytime.
Exactly,
Like
yeah.
a roof
Deck.
deck is always fun. There's
Always
something
fun.
special about being up,
Yep,
looking over the world.
Yeah, the roof decks are great.
There's some. I've been to some fun ones in Vegas and whatnot, where you're just looking over the strip. And,
So, but outdoor dining definitely is
and I think
I think
there's
it's
gonna
better
be-
than indoor. And
Yeah.
we've been told that a lot of the direction for restaurants moving forward, a lot of it is going to be encouraged to be more outdoors, and
Yeah.
hopefully we have some ideas to help accommodate that over here.
And I think people are going to get creative. I think we're already starting to see people opening up beer gardens, and we're nobody's opening yet, but they're like talking about
How they're going to do it.
how that's going to work, and I think it's going to be a fun summer.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to have
Hope it's
to
gonna be
find any
at least
way.
a little bit of fun.
Yeah, a little bit of fun. I mean, it'll be, you have to wave at your friends that are 6 feet away, but I think we're going to get creative and at least find ways to be safe and enjoy, because the nice, like when you're outside and there's like live music and there's that whole.
You ever go to the, the 4th of July concert here in town? If you've never been, it's on the Common. It's my favorite event this town does. You're outdoors. You know everyone around you. It's like you feel like you're in one of those towns in America like you watched in the movies and
quintessential New England thing.
It's
right?
are
they doing the concert series
thing.
this year?
They will, so because of COVID, I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, because I was saying, but it's outside. Well, the band's got to be near each other.
Yeah, I think there's ways to do the outside thing, make it fun, and most importantly, safe.
Yeah.
I think that's what we have to work on.
For sure.
Yeah, we still don't know exactly. There are no hard dates yet about when we can start doing stuff. I don't expect it to be Monday, but they did say originally that was going to be the first phase to stop open, but no one's given any guidance yet, right? So,
what about you guys? Are you guys team open up or team shut it all down?
I mean, I think it's for me. I mean, I know you're asking but I'm torn. I just want people to be safe.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Sure.
That's why when we, the first day when they said on Tuesday you're going to have to close down, we closed down on Monday because we said, this, if it's not safe on Tuesday, how can it be safe today?
Right.
So we closed down.
Right.
Because we just felt the safety of people in the building, our employees first and foremost, and then of course our guests and us. It just seemed like let's get ahead of the curve, and I don't mean the curve, but so I think there's ways to do it to be safe, and if we can figure that out and we can do it legally, I want to do that.
Yep.
But I don't want to rush it. I don't know. It's not worth it to me.
My good friend Rain from Chicago, she's hashtag Team Quarantine. I'm with you, Rain. I think the opening this thing up too soon could be an issue.
We know it will be.
Yeah.
If we rush.
Yeah.
The whole country's rushing right now. I mean, luckily for Massachusetts, I think we're doing one of the better jobs of all the states.
Yeah.
But Josh and Paul Abkarian are saying they're team reopen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood.
Well, I think there's ways to do it and be safe.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that they opened the golf courses. I think that's fun. I think there's going to be some fun there. I'm really pushing for our friends over at the Mendon Drive-In. I think that's a great way to enjoy outdoor, be safe, and have fun out there. And I think people are getting creative with that sort of thing.
Well, that's the thing. It all comes full circle. The drive-in was super popular, became passé.
Yeah.
And now just with this thing, it just seems like a great idea.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I had heard a story once that it was daylight savings time that killed
the movie theaters.
Drive-in
drive-ins,
theater.
Because it would start too late?
Yeah, it couldn't get the first movie on until 9 o'clock.
But when that happened, basically the movies all started too late.
Interesting.
Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I heard that once.
So, in New England, I would say it's true. I would say if you lived somewhere where you would have an October night, could be, the sun would set, let's say at 6 o'clock, 6:30, but it's 75 degrees outside, then the drive-in's a good time. But here in New England, that same night it's probably 40 degrees and you got to turn the car on. It's hard to stay warm.
I do love the drive-in though.
Same.
I do. I don't like it when it's too cold, but when it's warm enough, I think the guys over at Mendon do an awesome job. Our friends at the Edelman Brothers
they do a great job. It's a great
place
theater. We've brought the kids.
Two things, and then occasionally they'd have live concerts and stuff. Every year I go to the Grateful Dead concert, and I would tell you all about it if I could remember it. But I know it's fun. Every time I leave, I have a new tattoo or something to prove how much fun it was.
Paul, everyone was saying team open. My brother said team open. They're all saying team open. Paul said team reunion. We got to laugh at him because that's kind of like my mantra here. Whenever we're talking to everyone, we got to be team reunion.
Yep. Fun.
So, Michael, are you at the drive-in now? Is that what you're saying?
There are some, like the Rustic Drive-In down in Rhode Island's open. It's opened up on Friday, today.
Yeah, and I think they're doing takeout at the Men and Drive-In.
Yeah, so you can go get food.
The food side of it.
And
is
rumor has it that they've got amazing pretzels over there.
yeah, rumor has it.
So
Who makes them?
it's a small local company called Wicked Twisted Pretzels. A couple really handsome guys that own the thing. I love that place.
Nice.
So-
you guys are too. I think you're too humble sometimes about that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like it's a lot of fun. It's a hard work. I mean, opening up a new business. When we did this, it was crazy. Like you guys took risks, took chances, and you made something with that thing. Like that's a huge accomplishment.
It's still a little risky with this, right?
Yeah.
We're not. We
Not
sell
out of the
a
water.
lot of pretzels to a lot of restaurants, and there aren't a lot of restaurants open right now.
Yeah.
So,
So in that sense,
it'll come
open
back.
up.
Open.
So I'm obviously torn.
Yep.
But honestly, and I think that shows how passionate I am about it because it really affects me directly.
Yep.
If these businesses aren't open, it's not like I'm just
Absolutely.
in it affects everybody, obviously. But in my sense, I really do believe that I think people should be healthy and safe.
Yeah, and we're still gonna we still got to figure out what the guidance is. Like, how are we actually just taking furniture out of here and having 6 feet apart, or are we just gonna put signs down? We got to clean between every customer every time, which we always have, but we have to a different level of disinfect.
Yeah.
The bathrooms are the one thing that scare me. Like, are we really gonna have a bathroom attendant that goes one person at a time in the bathroom, and then they go in and clean up?
We'll
'Cause I
figure it
think-
out.
Yeah, I think
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guidance they're giving. So it's going to be hard to be open at first. So we'll have to figure out to make people comfortable.
So then, I guess I'll end with a question for you. You were talking about your favorite all-time outdoor dining. So then, I guess the question, and we didn't even talk about this before, but desert island restaurant, besides obviously this one. Like, is there one in the world where you're like, I want to be like, if I could, if I have to live in a restaurant, where do I want to live? What would that restaurant be?
Wow. So I get the chef as well.
Yep, you get everything. The location, you're there.
Yeah. Jeez. I think for me, it's ooh, that's a tough one.
So I was at Pacific Beach in San Diego,
Yep.
and I wish I had said this for the outdoor thing. We were upstairs on the roof deck having fish tacos, looking at the Pacific Ocean, and I was just like, this is heaven. We are in heaven right here. So I guess that would be like desert island, favorite place or best restaurant, somewhere where it could be the ocean, fish tacos. That's where I would
That
be.
sounds awesome.
I think for me it would have to be, it's either going to be Middle Eastern food or Japanese food. Just because
So it would be about the actual restaurant, not the location. Or
well, no, exactly. But I mean, so if I'm going to pick a restaurant, I'm gonna pick a Middle Eastern restaurant just because the variety of food.
Yeah.
And like I would say pizza, but I can't eat.
Yeah.
I think there's great food. Same thing. I think the Japanese have a wonderful between the noodles and the sushi and what they do with meats.
Yeah, you could switch it up
I
every
would,
day
yeah.
and do something different.
So the actual restaurant. I mean, my favorite Middle Eastern restaurant around here is probably Al Basha. That's
Yeah.
one I go to the most often.
Same.
Known those guys forever. And it's always consistently good. But
Have
I
you guys
don't know
ever
if that would be
heard-
my desert island.
There's this place. It's amazing. It's called Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
There's like these ball crawls and
I know
I can
Chuck
have
E.
so much
Cheese.
fun in there.
My daughter and son's favorite place on earth. I mean, they want to go to Chuck E. Cheese every day. They would
Well,
have.
there you go.
They
Desert
love it.
Island.
That place,
honestly,
that place isn't going to be open for a while.
I love the whole industry so much. I mean, I really feel like
Yeah.
I find things that I like in almost every restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And I really find, I've been in some of the diviest bars in the world, and I've had the most fun. I've been in some of the most, famous restaurants,
Yeah.
And
It's cliche, man, but it's the people that make the
to
party,
me,
man.
it's the hospitality. It's the people that work in the place and the people that are.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. The people make the party. Like, if you're gonna go and have a good time, 90% of the time, it's not because you're out or whatever. It's just who you're with.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People around you. That's what makes it the best experience.
And soon we'll be able to all get out and hang out together with
Absolutely.
each other. So, safely.
Safely.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right.
Have a great night. We'll
See
see
ya
you
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Same
Thanks
time,
so
same
much.
place. Good night.
Good night. French 47, 6040.